So by looking at the text features, if you guys have the small anchor chart of the text features, this is your moment to take it out because we're going to be going over it together. Okay? So we're going to be learning about text features and explaining about the importance and the purpose of graphic features in a story. Okay? One side in English and then the other side in Espanol. Zoe, good job. Hold it up so I can see. Good job. I have one person. All right. Maisley, good job. Katie, good job. Abigail, good job. Everybody has their small anchors. Good job. So make sure we're going to be following that together as we go through our text features and graphic features. Okay? Now, let's go review some vocabulary words. Okay? Now, I want you guys to repeat after me. Confront.
Confront.
Second time, confront.
Confront.
One last time, confront.
Confront.
Kathleen, confront.
Confront.
Okay, when you confront a problem, you deal with that endurance. Repeat after me, endurance.
Endurance.
Second time, endurance.
Endurance.
One last time, endurance.
Endurance.
Kathleen, endurance. Okay, so if I'm running around the classroom, you guys are going to think that Ms. Campos is going to get very tired soon, right? But if I tell you, I'm not tired, I feel like keep going. That means that I have endurance. Second time, auction. One last time.
Auction.
Is an event where items are sold to a person who offers the most money. So I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking from Ms. Campos. We know these words already. Yeah,
Why?
because they're being repetitive. Some words might come back to repeat itself because it goes with the story that you guys are going to be reading. Okay.
Wait a minute.
You might see some repeated words. This goes back to our text features and your anchor charts, right? So if you see repetitive words that being repetitive, does that mean it's important that we have to look at those words because maybe they're trying to tell us something that word is important, right? So that means that whenever you see repeated words, then that means that it's important that we have to pay attention to it because the author is trying to tell us something from that word. Is that clear? Is it clear for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so let's open up our book to Prince Charming Misplaces His Bride. So now, as we are opening our book, let's go deeper into our skill for today, which is text features. Okay? I know this is going to sound a little bit repetitive, but this is something that I want you guys to go over. Okay? So, looking at your smaller anchor charts, what are text and graphic features? So this is the part where I need you guys to look at me, so that way I can be able to give you guys the information that you guys need. Now, by raising your hand, Anchor, do you have a question?
I think I left my features and graphic features in the front.
Here, I have one for you right here. Okay, so by looking at the text in the story, guys, whenever we are reading, I want you guys to pay close attention to the text, the words in the story, okay? So let's focus on the text features first, and then we're going to go into the graphic features. So when we look at the text, guys, some words are written differently. Okay, do you guys notice that whenever you're reading a story? It might have boldface on it, meaning that it's thicker, the words is thicker, the letters are thicker. It shows emphasis or indicates a title. So that means you'll mostly see boldface on the title of the book. Italic, meaning that the words lean on the right whenever you are writing, right? So it means that we have to pay attention or read with more feeling. So whenever you see italic in the words, it means they want us to pay attention and read it with more feeling. Okay, what about a text feature called large? Large may be more important than smaller text. So if you see a word that's large and then the rest of the words that are tiny, that means that particular word is important and that the author put it big on purpose. Right? So that's something that we have to keep in mind, guys. All right? What about if the texts are in color? If you see text that is in different colors, it means that author wants to add a little bit of interest or fun to it, right? Maybe he wants to make the story fun, that's why he put colors on it, right? What about capital letters? If we see capital letters in the story, that means he wants us to show importance or indicate a title or a heading. So if you see capital letters, the author wants us to pay attention to that too, because he might say something that's important through that word or a title. So whenever you see the title of the story, you might see either capital letters or boldface. Does that make sense? Talk about graphic features. So this is where you might see pictures in the story. Okay? So you might see in the author sometimes he adds little charts, diagrams into the story to make it more interesting. Right? But why he wants to put that in the story? So by looking at the graphic features in your little anchor chart that you have been given, guys, I want you guys to look at the bottom where it says graphic features. Okay? So graphic features, visuals, such as diagrams, graphs, maps, charts, or illustrations, help explain ideas in the text. If you look at the picture in the anchor chart, it shows you how it looks. Okay? So whenever you see an author putting a diagram or a chart, then that tells you that he wants to give us information.
And it's information text.
Mm-hmm. So when we read our story, Prince Charming, whenever we see pictures or graphic features, then that gives us an indication, maybe he wants to tell us something that's important. Okay? Any questions? Y para Ethan y Kathleen, lo tiene español allá atrás también the text features. Okay? 238. One of the questions that is asked you guys, I want you guys to look at the text on the pages. Okay? What do you notice about the text in the pages? Do you see words that look different than others? Look at page 238 and then look at page 239. Look at the words. Look at the words. Does it look different? Yeah? In what way? So let's apply text features. Okay? Now look at page 238. Look at the text there. I wonder what text feature is the author using? What is the text feature that he's using?
Italic.
Italic, yes.
Because it looks more like a little bit more fancier than the 239.
Exactly. Right? Gabriel, you want to add on to what Gregoris is saying? Go ahead.
And in the first sentence, it said the I is bigger than the rest of the letters.
Good. So that means the author used italic, and what else did he use? Large. So what does that mean? He used italic and then he used large. Why? Why? Let's look back in our anchor charts. Why did he use it? Why? Does he want us to pay more attention to it?
Yes.
Why? Let's analyze it.
Because that's an important part.
Okay, because it's an important part of the story.
And that's when the reader first makes